Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Toon in 10, brought to you by the Toon Network. You'll know how it goes now. 5 minutes and a half. When the timer stops, we stop talking. That's it.
We've got a year, haven't we? Just over a year.
Yeah, about a year, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's
And what a year.
You still enjoying it, guys? You still enjoying it?
Yeah.
It's good to be on the sofa.
It's better than the actual football. So.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not this year. Maybe not this year. It's going to be another roller coaster. But we've just come to the end of pre-season. So what better way to kick off the first half? And let's talk about pre-season, some of the ins and outs, some of the results. What kind of shape are we looking in at the end of it? Okay, time at the ready and go. Well, we've just beaten Vitesse on M 3-2. It seemed to be a very it seemed to be quite a comfortable first half. A little bit shaky in the second half, conceding a couple of goals. To be honest, if we're gonna do that, if we're gonna kind of have a second half, not capitulation, but it seemed to be that complacency set in. I'd rather we did that now, so it was addressed.
Well, yeah, you can learn from it. I mean, it's
what pre-season's about.
It's a funny one pre-season, isn't it? You can't learn that much. It doesn't necessarily.
It's about
form, but you know, I don't think it could have.
It's about chemistry and team bonding.
To be honest, pre-season
for
us in many ways, in terms of people who have gone, the fees that they've gone for, people who've come in. The way Rafa has kind of come good on every promise, every statement he's made. He's addressed the things he needed to address. I think we're in a very strong position.
Yeah.
I think what you say there is key, Pete, and the fact of who we've got rid of. We knew that Wijnaldum wouldn't be staying. We knew that Townsend wouldn't be staying. Equally, I'm pretty convinced we know that Sissoko will be going as well.
Yeah.
I think moving on what I would consider deadwood, such as Taylor, Orbitan, Marvel, very good moves, making the squad a bit leaner, a bit hungrier. Signings have all been good so far. We've seen all of them apart from, Jesus from Atletico, all look good or thereabouts. I think some of the signings good for the league that we're going to be in, but equally perhaps have a bit of potential to push on when, and I do think we will come back up. I think what we saw yesterday was the team closest to what I do believe will start, and I think it looks like we're going to keep Janmaat as well. There's been no even stories of interest. There was earlier interest from
Watford, wasn't it? Yeah,
I think the fact he's been playing regularly in pre-season will keep him, because they wouldn't be playing regulars who potentially could have an injury. I think we'll keep Janmaat. Yeah. Good for me. Very good move.
Totally agree. I still think we're lacking squad-wise. I still think we're, and obviously we've got the whole month to get it kind of sorted, but I think we're certainly a senior left back who we haven't bought a senior left back since David Santon, and he was a right back, so it's like
that's 5 years ago.
Because obviously we bought Hadar in that January 2013 I think, but he clearly was kind of more of a development player. Dummett obviously came up through the ranks himself, but I think senior left back. And again, it's a bit worried that we haven't really been linked with anybody.
I was about to say,
but a lot of players have come in within like 48 hours. You'll see a notification from one of the journalists on Twitter, and it's suddenly expected to be a Newcastle player within the next 48 hours. Bang, bang, done. Yeah, and that's how a lot of the.
Yeah, going back with what Benitez has said, and he has actually come out and said that there are a couple of people left to come in. He has said that.
I still think we need a couple of attacking midfielders. We're lacking a lot of. We're lacking a lot of creativity. If Sissoko's gone, what's Torvan's situation? Wijnaldum's gone as well. That's a lot of goals from midfield. You've got Richie coming for like. You've got Aarons, who is undoubtedly going to get injured at some point. I hate to say it, but he will. So we can't rely on that. Which is why I think at the minute Torvan should probably stay. And let's see what he can do in the Championship. Obviously, if Rafa has seen if he's not applying himself, and he might have already made his decision, that's fair enough. But we did reject the bid because of monetary circumstances from Lazio. They didn't like the structure of the deal, the financial package. But
Championship could be the making of him. Look at players like Colaccini.
Yeah.
And Gutierrez, who really came to the fore in the Championship, and Enrique, who really came to the fore in the Championship, came for one season, struggled in the season we were relegated. Championship really made for the next season.
He's a confidence player.
Was in the team.
No, you're absolutely right.
My concern is he's he's like a little boy, and
Yeah,
I just think he could get ripped apart in the Championship.
I just think for the money that we're probably going to get for him, who would we then get?
Yeah,
who's had
I
as
don't
much
see why
top
not.
flight and Champions League experience as he has for the same kind of price? It's like if he thinks he can get something out of him, he's a natural winger. He's one of the few players with natural width that we've actually got. So.
Well, then that's what I was going to say. That is probably an area of concern is width wise.
Yeah.
Especially feeding Mitrovic, because Mitrovic could clean up in the Championship. He absolutely could. There's no doubt about it. Well,
I think he will.
In fact,
He'll enjoy the freedom that he gets.
He has to. He's got he came in as a Champions League player.
He's very physical,
big,
and he'll put himself about. I think
He'll get more
but I
from
tell you what,
refs
the
as
problem
well.
is, he will if he's given the supply. If he's not given the supply,
well, this is it. This was McLaren's issue, and this is why Torvan didn't make sense getting rid of him, because he at least would come on for 10 minutes and put a load of balls in, that we needed. And that's the end of the first half. So we feel positive, we feel like we're in good shape. But time will tell. First game on Friday against Fulham. I'm previewing this.
Friday night football.
Friday night football, I know. Very exciting stuff. We'll be previewing the Fulham game after this. Hello and welcome back to the second half of the Toon in 10. Now we've got our opening Championship game on Friday against Fulham down at Craven Cottage. Let's preview it. Time at the ready and go. So, Fulham always seem to be a kind of bogey team for us in the Premier League. All the time. We very rarely would get
London as well, isn't it?
Well, it was the whole London hoodoo for about a decade, and we never seemed to get a result against Fulham, even though they were. You'd get someone like Lewis Bournemouth always score against us. And you'd get 3 goals all season. You'd get 2 of them against us. It was like that kind of.
I always felt like it was a 3-1 defeat.
Yeah. We'd never really be in the game.
They were a good solid team.
A
good decade or so in the Premier League. Fulham were an alright team though, weren't they? They were quite settled and steady. They took
mid-table kind of, but they've obviously, to be honest, I don't know a great deal about them or what.
Ross McCormack.
We've got Ross McCormack,
Past Ross McCormack, I'm like, don't know anything about them.
But I think
that's going to be a lot of this season, by the way, so don't expect any expert analysis on...
I think we've got 5 minutes to talk about a preview about a team that had 1 player. Craven Cottage.
So did we mention Ross McCormack?
Have no fire still there? Is that Michael Jackson?
I'd be worried about Louis Geller as well. Louis Geller. How do you think we'll line up though? Seriously, what's our lineup going to be?
Well, look, it's kind of around the whole Mitrovic thing. Mitrovic is out the picture, so I think he's probably likely to play a 4-2-3-1. I think he'll play Gale up front as a kind of off the shoulder. That's a very different kind of centre forward, obviously, to Mitrovic. He'll probably like balls played over the top, through the middle, as opposed to crosses. But I think Perez has excelled in pre-season for me in that little in that hole behind the front man. So I think we'll get Gale, Perez sitting behind. Centre mid, I think he likes Hayden, doesn't he? He's played Hayden pretty much every game. I think he's got a lot of minutes there.
Alongside Colback?
Yeah, well he popped up with a goal, didn't he, against Vitesse.
What's the situation with Shelby? Is he injured? Or
No. I think Shelby's played a bigger part of pre-season. By all accounts, a previous friendly we had, he kind of ran the show a bit. So
I think Shelby's got the ability to really impose himself on the show.
I like Shelby.
Surely we have Shelby and Hayden, and I much prefer Shelby to Colback.
I personally would as well, but I think Rafa fancies Colback.
At the end of the day, this season we are the we are the big fish in the Championship.
Yeah,
we've got to go to teams in attack. We've got to do what we did last Championship season. So if it's a decision like that, where the horrible in the
when we used to play 2 defensive midfielders.
It's now going to just be attack.
But again,
teams we've got the person.
Got to be certain, but he'll still be very defensively cautious, Rafa.
But that's what he's always done. That's the way he works. I think it'll be very similar. What intrigues me is who's going to play on the left of that three behind the striker, because
Aarons has had I think if Aarons is fit, Aarons will start, because Aarons has had a lot of
because the number 10 will be it'll be Perez, and up front I think we'll circulate between Mitrovic and Gale. I don't think they'll both start. They'll start the odd game together, but it'll be one.
So like generally over the yeah.
On the right it'll be Richie. On that left is troublesome for me. I'm not sure who we're going to play.
But
there.
look, we've got a lot of games, and we need wide men, as we sort of mentioned. Someone like a Torvan. If Torvan goes to
general's weak, isn't it, with the left back and the left that side.
We're linked with players like Knockert and Pritchard, whatever. But ultimately, for Fulham, I think Aarons is in, and I think the back five picks itself. I think it's Sells. I think it's Dummett.
He was good against.
Well, Mbemba's went over on his ankle, so if we assume that he's not going to be fully fit, you've got Hanley, Lascelles, and Janmat.
And Dummett at left back.
Yeah.
Who's going to be our keeper for the season? Cause
probably Sells. I think I would suggest Matt Sells. Yeah.
What makes you think that? I think Gallo should have got a chance. I think he did well.
I think the fact that he started a lot of the games. He started. Yeah. Well, it's sort of kind of all quiet on Krul. I reckon if an offer comes in, because he sort of like, was it
Everton?
Was it Everton and then they
surely. I mean, then
we're going into the season with kind of 5 goalkeepers, unless has Woodburn gone out on loan or not? I'm not sure. But I think that's it. Where did it go?
It happens every second half.
We were just saying the first half. We were talking for 10 minutes, but luckily for all you viewers and listeners on iTunes now as well, welcome. So that was a speedy 5 minutes, but I think we'll see what happens down at the cottage.
So predictions then?
Predictions for the Fulham game.
No.
Well, we'll do predictions for the Fulham game. Score.
I think it'll be 1-1. I don't think the team's bedded in well enough. I don't think the defence is looking solid enough yet. And I think Fulham are an alright team. I think it'll be a score draw.
I'm going to go 1-0 Newcastle.
Yeah, 1-0 McCormack.
Oh, so we've got a spread.
We'll see who wins. On the topic of predictions, season's about to kick off, fellas. Where are Newcastle going to finish, and who's going to be the club's top goal scorer?
I think we'll walk the championship. I honestly think we will. We've got far too much quality, and quality will always out. I think we could even get a record goal tally. I think our top goal scorer, I think it'll be Gale. I don't think Mitrovic will start in the majority of games. I think Gale will start. He's been bought for £10 million. He hasn't been bought to sit on the bench. He's been Rafa's choice. And I think he'll clean up. I could see him being top goal scorer in the league as well.
So you think we'll finish first?
First, Gale, top goal scorer.
I think we'll get automatically promoted. I'm going to go a bit left field and say I think we'll finish second. But I think it'll be a very good season still.
Who's going to come first?
I don't know. Could be anybody, couldn't it? It's championship. It could be one of 15 teams. It's just like whoever's on rotation at any one time. But genuinely, I think... we'll finish second, but I think we'll have a cracking season. I'm going to go Mitrovic, top goal scorer. I think the championship feels like it's like made for him. Like I think he'll thrive on the physicality. He'll stick his head in. He's very very good header of the ball. And I think he'll get a lot of headed goals this season. And he's just got that power. And I think he'll just scare defenders, quite literally. Pete?
I think we'll have a really good patch, but I think something will go wrong. And we'll get
surely not. It's Newcastle United, Pete.
Yeah, and we'll get beaten in the playoff final, and Benitez will leave. but Perez will be top scorer.
Perez.
Yeah.
Good spread.
Yeah. So Pete, I'm really hoping I don't have to dig back in the archives.
Pete was right last year,
and snip this little bit out.
Pete's got the form. He was right last year about relegation.
Yeah.
And McLaren gone.
March.
He called it.
He is the oracle. His many hats are the source of all of his psychic powers. Or piss kick, isn't it?
But
Nice.
as well on this, comment, guys. What do you think? Top scorer?
Yes, get your comments. If you're watching us on YouTube, get your comments below. Tell us where you think Newcastle finish and who will be the club's top goal scorer.
Just to end on, it's the anniversary of Bobby Robson's death.
We're recording this,
So,
yeah, absolutely. Great shout, Vince. This is the 7th anniversary of the death of the great Sir Bobby Robson. One of my favourite managers of all time. Great footballing person.
Good guy. I think that was the key. He was a genuinely decent guy.
Yeah, I was looking at footage a few days ago, and it was like when it was last sort of public appearance at St James's Park. Really moving.
And let's be honest, he was treated horribly by our board who let him go at the time. I think that's often forgotten in the platitudes, and I think they need to accept that they didn't treat him as well.
No, he did incredible things for the football club.
And on this, one of my favourite Bobby Robson stories is a friend of a friend of ours went to get his book signed and by Bobby Robson. He was in the queue for ages. Finally got to the front. As Bobby Robson signed, he goes, "Oh, you must have done loads of these," and he goes, "Oh, I millions." And when he got home, he goes, "All the best, Bobby Millions." Just brilliant.
One of my favourite Bobby Robson. One of my favourite Bobby Robson moments came on. It was one of the season season review DVDs, and he's in front of a tactics board, and he's going. He's sort of basically he circles like Luar's name, and he circles him just like Luar, little run in there, and he draws a little arrow. And he went Bellamy, little run in there, and just like it was amazing. Like he's just what a guy. Like what a character. We're laughing, but such respect, and he was just amazing. And I honestly feel Rafa Benitez now is he's got potential to kind of be the same mould, the same kind of just a nice guy doing good things for the club. Massive respect in the footballing world, has done a lot, has been there, seen it, has done it, and he gets Newcastle.
He's the
as
first
Bobby Robson, as
manager.
Keegan got it, they just get it, and sort of no disrespect to other people like Chris Hughton, who I think had he been given more of a chance, we don't know what would have happened, but just good people who, I think, Pardew and Carver just kind of pricks, do you know what I mean? Like,
This
not
season
nice
is
people.
the first time I've been happy with a manager since Robson, like literally, from everyone who's been hired.
Not even just delighted with it, yeah.
I think there's no issues with all the other managers. If you wanted to, you could pick something wrong with them. With Rafa, you can't.
No.
There's nothing
And
you can get an angle on.
And I think Bobby Robson would massively endorse what Rafa Benitez, the changes that he's made to the club as well. So to you, Bobby Robson, thank you very much. Always remember, but thank you very much. That's the end of the episode. As we said before, get your comments in below. Let us know where you think we'll finish and who the club's top goal scorer will be. So from us, we'll say goodbye. I've been Adam. That's been Pete. That's been Vince. We definitely forgot to do that at the start. And
People know now. People know.
We'll see you next time. Cheers and get sharing. Thanks everyone. Bye. Bye.
Bye.